channel. You might have seen my other video about how to change the colour of your trailer, but today we are changing panels. Starting with the back ramp. This may look okay to you, but the top right hand corner had gotten very rotten, and when the horse stood on it, or when I stood on it, you could feel it spongy underneath. So first you want to take all of the metal trim off the edges. This will enable you to take the mat off, and underneath you'll see the rotten piece of wood there that I had left. All of that was needing to come off. You can see how rotten it is there. If you can, try and keep the outer piece intact, because the holes that are in it will serve as template holes for when you use your new panel. I'm replacing mine with a brand new ramp that has a fiberglass outer layer. It's made of fiberglass resin, meaning it will be far stronger than the aluminium ones. You'll find a link to where you can buy those in the comments. Now you've got everything off the trailer, you'll need to match the bolts and screws up. If you've got a BAPS bolts, it's far cheaper. You'll need to waterproof the edges of your new panel. I used this tape the first time. I don't recommend you use that because we found that it actually threw the measurements out because it's slightly thicker on the edges. This is us using the old panel to drill holes into the new panel. This is so that it matches the metal frame underneath. Make sure you test putting the ramp up and down again. We found that the ramp was slightly too light, so we used some of the old board that wasn't rotten and made the ramp a little bit heavier. This meant that we didn't have to start messing with the springs. Matting and trim went back on. Word to the wise, either put your registration plate on beforehand, or we found that this black light box does actually come off. One finished ramp and onto the next panel. Using waterproof paint this time instead of the tape. You'll need 2 layers of it and waiting 24 hours between each layer. To get the sides off, you'll need to pop these out with a screwdriver. If you're wondering how you can tell if a panel is rotten, because as you can see this one doesn't look that bad, I found a video that if you started to tap or kick or punch the bottom of it and the panel moves, chances are it's rotten, just like this one. It was quite dramatically rotten once we started pulling it apart. So you can start to unscrew things from the outside and you should be able to just kind of kick it in, making way so that you can put the new one in. You then use your screw holes from the outside to make new holes for bolts on the inside. You'll then need to put the inner parts of your trailer back in. You can bolt them on, and then to make sure that your breech bars are in the correct place, use the holes from your inner part of the trailer as templates to do the actual panel holes, and then you can put these back on. Silicone your panels so that no water is likely to get into the edges. Then you've just got to add all your fixings, your brackets, make sure your lights go back in the right place, and you are done with safe new panels. Thank you so much for watching. If this video has been useful to you, please don't forget to subscribe or give us a like or a comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.